Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Tonight, we are talking about the case of Jack and Lilly Sullivan, who vanished from their Pictou County, Nova Scotia home on May 2nd, 2025. Next month, the stepfather, Daniel Martell, has court in unrelated charges not related to Jack and Lilly Sullivan, one count of SA, one count of assault, and one count of forcible confinement. Last night, we did a members only, and we learned a lot of things. Tonight, we're going to learn a lot more. Get ready for this because we have a lot to talk about tonight. On the other side of this.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace, smile through pain with a painted face.
And if you know it,
they call me too loud, too much, too strong, but honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's a twist. I turn my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my plans,
welcome to the meeting.
but I'll
Thank you,
rise
Mr. Robin.
again. Just watch me stay. Judged by the gloss, not the cause. But God don't build weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth and pearls. The fire don't scare me, it lights my world. You can doubt my voice, but you'll hear my name. I'm holy and hood, and I'm done with shame. For everyone called
Thank you,
too
Miss
much, too
Helicopter.
loud, too
Appreciate
real.
that.
You're not to anything. You're exactly what power looks like. I'm an unbreakable soul through the fight and flame. My scars are stories, my strength, my faith. Faith in my heart, fire in my clothes, forever divine.
Here we go.
Clutch them pearls.
Let's go. Thank you, Miss Brandy. Love you, darling.
Coming in clutch, better tighten them pearls, nothing cold facts. Got the truth for the world, no smoke, no fluff. Just the real that we trust, hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch.
You ready? Let's go.
Coming in clutch, better tighten them pearls, nothing cold facts. Got the truth for the world, no smoke, no fluff. Just the real that we trust, hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch. got the truth for the world. No smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch.
Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. If you have a complaint about something and find your content is being used incorrectly, infringement was not done on purpose and will be rectified to all parties' satisfaction. Disclaimer. In no way, shape, or form are we accusing, blaming, or declaring anyone guilty of any crime. Everything discussed here is based on publicly available information, media reports, court records when available, and our own commentary and opinions. Everyone is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. This content is for discussion, awareness, and public interest commentary only. Please do not contact, harass, threaten, or attack anyone mentioned. We are here to ask the questions, examine information, and keep attention on these cases, not to convict anyone online. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is June 5th, 2026. It is currently 7:39 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Hello, my beautiful pearls. It's so good to see you all. Hello. Let me pull this up. Sorry, I'm just trying to pull some things up here as we're getting it started. Tonight, we're talking about the case of Jack and Lilly Sullivan, and we're at 13 months and a couple days. And I really have a lot of hope for this case. I know there are people that don't, but I really do. And the things that we have just been learning recently, putting things together, you really have to know that RCMP has a lot more. Now, there's various opinions on this case, but generally the majority of individuals kind of are in the same boat in that something isn't right in Jack and Lilly Sullivan's case. Is it that someone on the property knows? Is it they walked out? Is it someone abducted them? Even though the RCMP says there's no sign of that, there are still people that have that opinion. And last night we did a members only live, and I wanted to do it for everybody. When you heard what I played last night, I couldn't. I wouldn't be allowed to otherwise. And very disturbing things that allegedly Malia told CPS, and other recordings. Tonight, we're going to listen to some more of them. And we're also, after all of that, we're going to be talking about this new guy. I was over at AB's earlier. He did a premiere, and he was talking about this Brandon guy. And I want to cover a little bit of that, very interesting what AB was talking about, pulling up some of the documents versus what this Brandon guy said. I'm still not fully aware of him, to be quite honest with you, and I haven't really formed an opinion on it yet. So I want to hear from you guys on that as well, what your opinion is on that. Um, but a lot to talk about, a lot to talk about. Before we get started, if you would be so kind and please do me a big favor and hit that thumbs up button, would greatly appreciate that. Also, if you would share this live out on any of your favorite social media, hit the share button, copy that link, drop that link in any of your favorite social media. I see you guys have been doing that. I really do appreciate that. Also, hype this video. You get 3 hypes a week here on YouTube. And if you have to use it on, you have to do it on your mobile device, your phone, your tablet, anything that's mobile, I suppose, whatever other mobile devices there is out there. The more you participate, the more points you get. And it's really helpful to get, especially like your favorite videos or favorite creators out there. It really helps us. YouTube has very much recently, you probably heard this, recently changed their algorithm. And yeah, so it all helps. Good to see everyone in chat. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much, Miss Robin. Really do appreciate you, my dear, gifting 5 pearl necklaces. You are a sweetheart, Miss Robin. Thank you so much. If you received one of those, make sure you give our Robin a big, big thank you. Thank you so much, love. Debbie, thank you so much, my dear. Welcome to the Pearl family. Really, really do appreciate you. And Pinky, thank you so very much for 2 months of your support. Really appreciate you, my love. I appreciate everything you, Justin. Keep the we are. And I'm gonna try to do a second live tonight. Um so we'll see. Just depends. But we may be doing a Guthrie live. There's some things I've been working on with that. I apologize once. Okay. Thank you so much, Pinky. Appreciate you, my love. Good to see you. Helicopter, thank you again, darling. Very kind of you. Really appreciate that. Very kind to me. Miss Brandy, always, and Indy, thank you so much, love. Appreciate you very, very much, Brandy. Hey, Pammy Bear. Good to see you, girl. How you been? Thank you for gifting 5 pearl necklaces. Very generous of you, Miss Pammy. Appreciate you very much. If you received one of those, make sure you give our Pammy Bear a big thank you. Miss Dolores, I love your shirt, Justin. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, love. Thank you so much, Miss Dolores. Good to see you, and thank you for your support. Miss Lori, where you been? Yeah, 6 months. Thank you so much. Sorry, been MIA, been very sick. Oh man, I hope you feel better, Miss Lori. Hope you're on the mend. I'm sorry, love. We missed you. Good to see you, my dear. And little black bear, thank you so much, my dear, for gifting a pearl necklace. Really appreciate you on that as well. If you received that, make sure you thank our little black bear for that. Thank you so much. Brandy and he says, Justin, I believe Brandon. I don't believe the people pushing this fabricated lie. This is why I asked, do you remember 10:30 Friday? We'll get into it. Interesting. Okay. Well, because I don't really watch a lot of creators. I don't have a lot of time, to be honest with you, to barely take a shower half the time. But um what is the fabricated lie, and what do you mean about the 10:30 a.m.? let me know with that, if you don't mind, my dear. Um, okay. All right. So we are going to be listening to some more recordings of Daniel. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to pull up my thingy majigger here. I apologize. I had to edit a lot of this today. So I hate editing, guys. I hate editing. It's like when you see a video, for every 1 minute, is Shannon in? Hey, Miss Shannon, good to see you, darling. For every 1 minute you see uh, video, it takes about 20 minutes to edit. Generally, it takes about 20 minutes for every minute of video you see. It's crazy. Um, it didn't take me 20 minutes per minute, uh, but because I was just clipping. But when you do videos, it's crazy. Hey, Mama Bear, good to see you, my dear. 12 months, appreciate you. Thank you very, very much, my love. Really appreciate you. Um, good to see you, and thank you for 12 continuous months, my dear. Really, really do appreciate you. Um, hey, YouTuber, Scotia, Shaggy, Miss Joyous, Green Eyes, Little Red, Patty, Miss Shannon, Lisa, everyone. Oh, oh, Daniel. Thank you so much, Share Cares. Good to see you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. If you guys remember last night, if you were in the members only live, bear with me. If you were in the members only live last night and you remember Daniel talking about the 20 minutes, 20 minutes. I believe he talked a little bit about Durwood as well, but we're going to get into some recordings. Again, I've had these for a long time. So it kind of goes back to Mr. Daniel, some of the things he was talking about in the past, which is very interesting. He's going to talk about the car, him crushing the car. He's going to talk about Durwood. He's going to talk about Malaya. He's going to talk about Jack and Lilly. And you're going to hear the most ridiculous thing. That's fine, Lori. That's fine. Durwood can be in here as long as he's respectful, right, Durwood? So he can, yeah. I don't know what's his name. His normal name is. He's blocked on his other two things. Aren't you, Durwood? But he can be in here as long as that's, all right, so we're going to get right to it. I will kind of be careful, Miss Leslie, as you're driving, babe. I'm going to kind of pause this so you guys, because what are they called? The closed captions are not always accurate, for sure. And I'll tell you, if you can't hear. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's get it started. Guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up button or double tap that screen if you're on mobile. Yeah. Durwood knows I don't believe him. with a lot of things that he says, and it's I don't think so. Criminals hate me. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think hey damn, good to see you, bud. But yeah, okay. Here we go. Hey, Kelly. Good to see you, darling. Thank you so much for renewing your membership. How you doing, darling? Appreciate you very much, Miss Kelly. Thank you, lovies. I appreciate you. I'm trying not to do the clapping thing as much. Do you guys like the clapping or no? I feel weird if I don't do it. And I don't know. Just let me know. Okay. If you don't like it, it's fine.
Everywhere I go, like I would come home.
Okay. All right. So here we go.
Everywhere I go, like
I like it. No clapping, no distraction. I like it. Durwood, tell us, when's the last time you had the clap? Let us know in the comments there. Okay, I'm sorry, Durwood. I shouldn't have said that. I'm trying to be nice to you. Okay.
everywhere I go, like I would come home and I go on the highway. I could see the red, white, and blue drones above the highway. If I'm not stupid, I know exactly what drones look like because I've seen them thousands and thousands of times. And when I point them out to people, no, that looks like a star. You know, stars don't fucking blink. That's the first of all.
Do you hear him? Stars don't can blink. I mean, guys, this is the most ridiculous thing. When you think you haven't heard the little weasel enough, it gets worse. Like, you have to be on the mathematics, in my opinion, to even speak like this. You know what I mean?
Stars don't blink red, white, and blue. And it's like when I get to work in the morning, drone, they already have RCMP drilling right above, you know, the mill.
Okay, right there he says, when I get to work of the morning, the RCMP has a drone right there above the mill, which is it was, well, he says he has there's thousands. Flo, thank you so much. Dolores, thank you so much, my darling, for gifting. I appreciate you, my dear. Now listen to this.
And the reason why they have that is for my protection, right? Because
For his protection.
at this point, that's why John's telling me to be careful because, you know, they have to protect me, like basically at all times. Like when people make the joke, like, oh yeah, they're not, you know, they're not watching you for protection. Yeah, they are. Because when I go into no service areas, they fly helicopters to find me.
Okay. Did you fucking hear that right now? Did you just hear what this mofo said? He says when he goes into no service areas, they fly helicopters to find him. I shit you not. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for his ancestors, even at this point. I have secondhand embarrassment for him. Ugh. Just listen to that again.
Be careful because, you know, they have to protect me, like basically at all times. Like when people make the joke, like, oh yeah, they're not, you know, they're not watching you for protection. Yeah, they are. Because when I go into no service areas, they fly helicopters to find me.
Yep. When I go in no service areas, they fly helicopters to find me. I mean, They don't even do that for the president, do they? I mean, they do, but I mean, Daniel is a national treasure, right? I mean, when you think of Canada, you think of maple syrup and Daniel, right? The statue of Daniel, right? The Greek mathed out who thinks he's a god. It gets worse. It has to be. You cannot convince me. You will never convince me that this mofo is not on the Coca-Cola right here. It's just not possible. The paranoia is Mama Bear. Thank you so much, darling. Appreciate you very, very much. DM, in my opinion, is exactly like my ex, who was in Dartmouth Provincial Court for the same charges. Crown called my ex a sociopath. The way the lies just flow. And he doesn't even have to think about it. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't even have to think about it. I'm not sure if it's in these recordings I'm playing tonight. I've got a lot more recordings of Daniel and Janie and all kinds of stuff. But it might be in this one tonight where Daniel says his therapist thinks that he's a narcissist, but he says, you can't help it, Daniel. You can't help it. Okay.
When I was in the cave, there many times we go into no service areas, they'd send a helicopter to find me.
Yeah. When Daniel goes into no service areas, they find helicopters to find Daniel. My God. How just great you are, Mr. Daniel. Just how great you are. Where is my picture when I need it? 1 second. I think it might be right here. Let me check this. Oh, damn. Maybe I won't do it. 1 second, guys. Apologize. I'm trying to get this. Upload this real quick. Yeah. That's just what that's just what they do for Daniel. He says that's for, his protection, the red, white, and blue drones. He says the only ones that has more drones is Durwood and Durwood's son. Yeah, green has it, right?
The helicopter would go right over top, and then, if they thought he was doing something, they would keep the helicopter in the area.
If they thought Daniel was doing something, they would keep that helicopter in the area. Daniel, why, when they have drones up in the air? Well, Daniel's going to explain to you why sometimes they can't use the drones. I know, happy farm gal. I know, it's bad.
When they would, keep doing multiple sweeps over them. And just to know where I am, they should move down and I can fly on. Same as I go in the service of the house here, right? So on the days when it rains, the drone can't fly in the rain. Right?
So he says, the days that it rains, the drones can't fly. They can't fly in the rain, these drones, right? Now, remember, he says there's always at least 4 drones, north, east, south, and west, on each side of his home. But sometimes there's 50 or more at night. Okay.
So they send a helicopter, it sits over top of the house, and I go outside and wave to it, then it leaves.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Daniel says, when it's raining, all of that, uh, they can't fly. And then, RCMP will send a helicopter just to make sure he's okay. And then he goes outside and he does this, and they're off. They're good. They're good after that. So they just want to, fly out to Pictou County in Nova Scotia, RCMP. I mean, I don't know if Daniel knows how much it is to keep a helicopter in the fucking air per minute, but it's a lot of money, you buffoon. It's a lot of money. The maintenance, the fuel, which there's a shortage of right now, paying the flight, whoever to do it, and on and on and on. But no, there's always at least 4 drones. Now, I believe they are watching Daniel. I really do. However, I don't believe there's 4 drones out at all times. I think they are almost certainly tracking him with technology, which we're going to get into in a little bit. And they could have video on him. But they're watching. They are watching. I agree. But I don't think that there's 4 to 50 plus drones out at his house. And I don't think that they follow him at work. I mean, I'm sure they're watching him at work, but I don't think that they have these drones over top and these helicopters over top at him at work. And when he goes, he's good. My true, I mean, honestly, like, I make fun of this, but it makes me sad to what Jack and Lilly had to live with and through. It makes me very, very sad to be with such a narcissist, in my opinion, drug-induced psychosis, in my opinion.
Just want to make sure that I'm home, then when it rains, the drone can't fly in the rain, right? So they send a helicopter, it sits over top of the house, and I go outside and wave to it, then it leaves. Just want to make sure that I'm home, then, not, that they have my location and like, not. Because in the end of this, they're gonna need me on the stand, I imagine, to help the prosecutor make that final distinction, how much jail time and everything they're gonna need.
Again, this goes to Daniel. He thinks that the prosecutors are going to need him on the stand, right? Now, I believe the prosecutors would love to have you on the stand, Daniel, if you choose to take the stand, right? But regardless, I don't think you would be the one to be recommending the amount of time whoever did this to Jack and Lilly. Again, that goes to his full-blown narcissistic, in my opinion, tendencies that the prosecutor needs him to decide how much time the person would get. Zilch. Zilch. Oh, I hope he does. I hope to God he does, Sherry. I I hope he does. I hope he thinks, he thinks he's good at this stuff. So, Daniel, sing like a fucking canary for all I care. I hope you do. I hope you do. Um, Tamalia, thank you so much, my darling. Appreciate you very, very much. Thank you, sweetie. It's good to see you. Thank you so much, love. Helicopter, thank you again. Thank you, darling. You're very kind to me. Love you, Justin, Jack and Lily's God. Thank you so much, my love. Really, really do appreciate you. Maybe it's helicopter grandma that's hovering over Daniel. You ever thought about that, Daniel? You ever thought about that? Just tell him. Just think. Just a thought, Daniel. Thank you, helicopter grandma. Appreciate you very much, my darling. What's up? Thank you so much, my dear. 15 months. What an OG. I'm surprised he hasn't taken his phone apart. It might have a tracker in it. LOL. It's well, all of our phones have a tracker in it. You know what I mean? They don't got to put anything in it, but he wouldn't know the difference even if when they gave the phone back or not. You know what I mean? So nothing would surprise me. Chat, Justin, what's going on in chat? Surprised he's not representing himself and not a lawyer. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, here we go.
It's for the players involved. 2 years in prison and $10,000 fine.
let's
They're gonna need me on the stand, I imagine, to help the prosecutor make that final distinction. How much jail time and everything they're gonna need. It's for the players involved. 2 years in prison and $10,000 fine. And in those documents, it indicates that it says in there in the affidavit from Malaya. Malaya wanted to leave 2 weeks prior to the disappearance, but
okay, now listen to this. Okay, because in our chat last night, he was really throwing Durwood under the bus. He was talking about the 2 weeks. Durwood said that he went to Patty's and Patty wanted him to go get Malaya and Jack and Lily and assuming Meadow 2 weeks prior. But then Durwood also, what was it last night? We were like, I forgot what it was. I'll think of it in a second. He thinks he's a lawyer. The prosecutor is going to have him decide how much jail time. Yeah. Hey, Miss Deb, good to see you. Mama 3, good to see you. Kiki, Meep, Shannon, Autumn, nice. Marie, good to see you. Sherry, what did Dan say? Chat's going by fast, so I don't see everything. What he said. Okay, let me just play this. Okay, here we go.
And decided to stay. That would have been coincides with your affidavit. And in those documents, it indicates that it says in there in the affidavit from Malaya. Malaya wanted to leave 2 weeks prior to the disappearance, but then decided to stay. That would have been coincides with Patty asking Darren and setting up a time and date for the kids to be taken. And,
Okay. So in the documents, it says Malaya, might have wanted to leave. If I recall correctly, I'm not sure about that. We can look in a little bit. But Darren did talk about the 2 weeks before. Again, I don't think that ever happened, in my opinion. But Daniel's saying Well, yeah. Malia said she wanted to leave 2 weeks prior, and then look at Durwood. He was, Patty wanted him to, take Malaya and the kids.
The public won't ever gain access to actually knowing that other than me saying it. So the case in an unforeseen way. The fucking weirdest times too. There's the cadaver dogs left one day, the very
Hold on. Let me see what he says right there.
and the public won't ever gain access to actually knowing that other than me saying it. So the case in an unforeseen way. The fucking weirdest times too. There's the cadaver dogs left one day, the very first day of the search.
Okay. So here he's saying Durwood shows up at the weirdest times. Very similar, Nice Marie. Very similar. Not exactly, but very similar. He says Durwood shows up at the strangest times. And he says because when after the cadaver dogs left one day, the very first search, the very first day of the search. Okay. All right. Is he okay? Let me just make sure I'm. This was whenever this past fall is what I'm thinking. What he's talking about this past fall. Whenever they were there, and they were there like I think 2 days. And he is absolutely lying his ass off right here. He's lying his ass off because he was so shook up on the day the cadaver dogs guys came. What did he do? He called his girlfriend and he said, hurry up and come and get me. Sam, thank you so much, my darling. Appreciate you. Thank you for your support, my love. Good to see you, Miss Sam. Thank you, love. Good to see you. Appreciate you very much, honey. Justice for Jack and Lilly. Amen. Amen. I hope it comes sooner than later. In my opinion, all on property involved directly or indirectly of the abuse and neglect of two beautiful innocent children who had no choice in their lives. You're exactly right, Miss Shannon. You're exactly right. So, again, last night we heard of Daniel speaking about secret meetings that he had with Durwood 3 weeks after Jack and Lilly vanished, he says. You know?
So the case in an unforeseen way. The fucking weirdest times too. There's the cadaver dogs left one day, the very first day of the search. I look outside, who's in the yard? Darren. He comes up there and talks to mom.
Who's in the yard? It says in the air. That these closed captions are not always right. So you just got to really listen with your ears. Who's in the yard? Darren, he says, talking to mama.
He likes to tread lightly around me because
this is funny to me. This is funny to me. Daniel talks a big game, doesn't he? He talks a big game. He likes to tread lightly around me. This is where I'm going to absolutely take up for Durwood. Daniel, you would quiver at Durwood. Listen, Durwood's a big guy. He's, got that Nova Scotia grit about him. You know what I mean? Tough. Durwood's tough. Daniel, hid inside like a bitch. When him and Janie was out in the yard arguing, Daniel said he was sleeping. He was sleeping. He was hiding like a bitch. That's what you was doing, Daniel. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. Durwood knows it, and your mama knows it as well.
He likes to tread lightly around me because well, now he does. To tread lightly around me because he knows that I'm a loose cannon on social media, and he doesn't want anything that he says to tie to him.
He knows I'm a loose cannon on social media, Daniel says. Daniel, you're just loose. You're just freaking loose, is all you are. That's all. Oh, bless you, Leslie. Hey, Bonnie, ever since I was a kid, I giggle when a man is referred to. Really? Really? He's a bitch. He is. No, Joe Canada, I'm not. No. I'm saying Nova Scotian. I'm talking about men specifically. Like they're tough. Nova Scotians are tough, right? You guys are tough people. He's like lumberjack tough. No.
But you know who soaks up the information and says it word for word
I love my Canadians.
right out of Darren's mouth? So he uses him as his yes.
Hold on, what I missed?
Yeah, social media, and he doesn't want anything that he says to tie to him. But you know who soaks up the information and says it word for word right out of Darren's mouth? So he uses
who sucks up word for word when it comes right out of Darren's mouth? Your mom? You? Yeah, I mean, you both did, right? Janie said, "Oh my God, when I talked to Durwood, it all made sense. It all made sense." Right? The last time I had a pap smear was at the Lumberjack, and I used an oyster shucker. Okay. Which never made sense to me, right? It never made sense to me because it's like, when Janie said that, I was like, why would Durwood make it make sense for you? Why would Durwood make it make sense for you when you were there? You lived it. You allegedly experienced it. Thank you, Miss Leslie. So
uses him as his yes. When I spend so much time around Darren, I know that the way he talks and his sentence structure and the words he uses. When I hear Kent talk, I can literally shut out Kent's voice and I can hear Darren saying it in my head. The other day, he already turned his own son against me, and I didn't think he'd be able to do that. But both of them.
Okay. Now, this is interesting. This is interesting because he says right here, Darren was able to turn his own son against him. What's his son's name? Jordan. Well, him and Jordan are friends again, supposedly. So what happened there? What happened there? Yeah, Deb, we know what's in that. We know what's in that, girl. So I don't know. Now he's gonna, which I don't know if it's gonna be on the record. I don't think it's gonna be on the recording today. But I will share some more recordings of Daniel, where he told someone else that him and Durwood went to Kent's one day and had a meeting, which was interesting to me. Again, Daniel says this. He said Durwood showed up right after the cadaver dog guys left. That can't be. It can't be, because he went with his girlfriend and they got broke down and had to spend the night in the truck and walked back the next morning. No, Angus can't. Mm-mm.
Called me and they said some guy was named Eli, and I owe him $30,000 for drugs. And you think that major crimes would have fucking seen if I owed anybody money for drugs when they took my bank records and they took my phone, right? So we know, and major crimes knows where I got my drugs from. They're fully aware of that. They went in and interviewed the guy and everything checked. That's what I said. You know, and they came.
Okay. So there he says RCMP knows exactly where I got my rugs from. Now, again, there's no shame in being an addict or recovering from it. I think the shame is after all of this and you're still lying about everything at this point. But he says the RCMP went to my rug dealer and spoke to my rug dealer. Well, your rug dealer is also your friend, Daniel. You know, starts with the C and ends with the ants. Starts with a ch and ends with the ants. Maybe that's what it was. And what's also interesting to me there is Daniel claims he was clean at the time Jack and Lily went missing, right? So, if he was clean at the time that Jack and Lily went missing, Daniel, explain to me why the RCMP would give a why? Why would they care? If you were clean at the time Jack and Lily went missing, they wouldn't care. They wouldn't care. Except, I'll bet dollars to donuts, in my opinion, that you weren't. And dollars to donuts, if trial ever happens, that they will say that there was, in my opinion, at this time at least, rugs in that home and perhaps rugs in that car, in one of those vehicles. What are you talking about, Brandy? What's going on? Okay, Durwood. You be good, baby. Happy Pride Month to you. I want to see you wear that rainbow flag, okay? Little thong on. You'll look so adorable, Durwood. Oh my God. I would just. So handsome. Um, they are trying to distract us from the truth. Yeah. Yeah. It's a fake count and troll. Okay. Just block him then. But he's watching either way. Okay. Okay, moving on here.
Major constable.
What's up? One second.
Yeah, we can't.
Okay, give me a second.
Major Crimes came back and told me that, oh yeah, we talked to him and you know, everything he said was 100% correct. I was like, yes, you know, like, yes, I know, because I'm not lying.
Yeah, because I know I'm not lying. A liar doesn't have to, someone telling the truth doesn't have to tell you they're being truthful. They don't have to constantly say, yeah, because I'm not lying, right? All right, we are moving on here. This is where it's going to get a lot more interesting, in my opinion. All right, so one thing that we know is that, in my opinion at least, and this is what I believe Jack and Lilly, something happened to them Thursday night between 8 p.m., maybe even 7 p.m., but definitely 8 p.m. to midnight. And a little after midnight, closer to the 1 o'clock in the morning, I believe Jack and Lilly were removed. And there were 3 trips, in my opinion, in Daniel's vehicle, in my opinion. And then also, in my opinion, the 4th trip, according to the neighbor, that there was the 4th vehicle was different. And I believe that with all of my heart. Daniel tells on himself. He can't help it. He can't help it. 2 neighbors heard Daniel's car. They know what it sounds like. And they give very, very specific times. The last vehicle in the early hours of the morning, about 5 hours, 4:30 to 5:30, I can't remember, is a different vehicle. And one thing you've heard me say about Durwood, that he says, and it's always stuck out in my head, and I do think he knows some stuff. But I also believe he's protecting someone. And Durwood said a long time ago, Daniel, who was with you? Who helped you drive that night? Who was with you in the car that night? Now, another thing that raises red flags for me with Durwood is the black Kia Rio. Durwood. And because he said he's never owned a Kia or a Kia Rio for that matter. Except he did. And he sold it about 60 days or maybe even less after Jack and Lilly went missing. I've shown you guys it on Facebook Marketplace, right? Okay, here we go. Now, you got to remember that this is, I don't know if it's him. I see you. I really don't. So, listen to this. Now, you got to remember this recording that y'all have not heard before, This particular one was last year. When you live on a country road, you get to know the sound and feel of the vibration of people's vehicles. I could tell you my papa's was home 5 minutes before he drove up in the driveway. Absolutely, Joe Canada. 1000%. 1000%. And you can hear a lot further in the country too, right? Here we go.
Because I used to have it much journey. And wait, this might even be the key.
Okay, listen to what I gotta probably translate here.
Because I used to have it much journey. And wait, this might even be the key.
I used to have a Dodge Journey, Mr. Martell says. That's what he just said. I used to have a Dodge Journey. And if you listen closely, you can hear keys jingle. You can hear keys jingle. Like he's playing with keys, right?
Because I used to have it much journey. And wait, this might even be the key. That might even be the case from my Dodge Journey.
Wait, that might be the keys. That might be the keys for my Dodge Journey. And I put this picture up here because I put this up here, but this picture right here is the keys that was on the hot water tank that Malaya says she woke up at around midnight and Daniel was in the bathroom smoking the cracola, right? Daniel, after Jack and Lily went missing, all the family was there. They heard Daniel fucking around in the bathroom, and one of them, they were like, "What is he doing in there?" One of them had used a bathroom. They went in there. They took this actual picture because they thought something was weird. They said it smelled funny, allegedly, and there was, different things out, things taken apart or whatever. And then he had these keys and this box where he allegedly did his rugs and kept his rugs in right here on the hot water tank. And then, we found out about it, and Daniel denied immediately. That he says, those were not my keys. Those was Haley's boyfriend's keys. But it's just so interesting that he's talking about, I don't know, his Dodge Journey right here, your blue Dodge Journey. And he's going to describe some things for you. Now, here he says, "Oh, all of a sudden, this might be my Dodge Journey keys." Well, it's very interesting. You don't need keys if you take it to the crusher, do you? You don't need to give him your keys if you take it to the crusher. RCMP, he has those keys. You need to have it. I think Malaya knows exactly, in my opinion, what happened to Jack and Lily. And she participated just as much, as far as I'm concerned. I don't believe she knows where they're at, but I believe she knows what happened, and she participated.
Thought of that. But that's because I used to have a Dodge Journey.
I used to have a Dodge Journey.
And wait, this might even be the key. That might even be the
Wait, this might even be the keys. That might even be the keys
key from my Dodge Journey.
for my Dodge Journey.
Never even thought of that, but
I never even thought of that.
that's for a Dodge vehicle, right?
But that's for a Dodge vehicle, right? Now, the key fob I have down here, I think I have a Subaru key fob, or it might be just a generic key fob. I don't know. But so interesting, isn't it, y'all? You know, that Daniel gets stuck in between a rock and a hard place, shall we say, Daniel? The night the kids are taken out, in my opinion, of the house, the 4 and the 6-year-old Jack and Lilly Sullivan. And after Jack and Lilly Sullivan go missing, right? This is the next day when this photo is snapped. This is May 3rd, 2025. Now, this isn't a very clear photo. But Meep is taking the words out of my mouth right now, but I'm gonna add to that a little bit. And look at all that mud. Look at all of that fucking mud right here. Mud everywhere. Getting stuck up, in my opinion, hiding people. Oh, yeah, that is my Dodge Journey fucking keys. Oh, Daniel. And buddy, if you knew, I know so much more, Daniel. And I just want to scream it. That's exactly right. Muddy tells no lies. And that's exactly right. Yeah. It's convenient. This is May 3rd, 2025. Big old muddy keys.
Your key fob, and then the 2 other buttons are for remote car starter. Little buttons on that. They're for remote car starter. So that might be either from Haley's boyfriend's Dodge truck, or that's going to be from my Dodge Journey. But either way, Dodge Journey doesn't exist anymore because I had it crushed because it's just.
No, it's either to my Dodge Journey. Now, why the fuck would you have Haley's boyfriend's keys unless you need to tell us something, Daniel? Why would you have Haley's boyfriend's keys unless you need to tell us something, Daniel? It is Pride Month after all. So come on. The closet's too small and it's too dark to decorate. I'll do your makeup, bitch. Now, Daniel, you know that's your Dodge Journey keys. So, oh, you have it crushed. That's right.
They're for remote car starter. So that might be either from Haley's boyfriend's Dodge truck, or that's going to be from my Dodge Journey. But either way, Dodge Journey doesn't exist anymore because I had it crushed because it's just sitting in the yard, and it was like the inspection ran up on it and I wasn't fixing the fucking thing.
Yeah. Every time your car, the inspection is out, you just crush it, right? You crush your car. How often does your inspection go out in Canada? In the United States, it's every 1 or 2 years. Some states don't even have inspections, I think. But except Daniel, it's very interesting. Your father talked about your car and said it was not running at the time, which is interesting to me. And God, Earl was so mad that day at Tent for, looking for his step grandchildren. I found that very interesting as well. Kelsey, 14 months. What a legend, girlfriend. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, darling. Good to see you, Miss Kels. Who pulled you out, Daniel? Well, I'm not going to, he knows. He knows, and others know, and the RCMP knows. And Daniel knows that the RCMP knows as well. The only person who should have pulled out was Earl. He should have pulled out 30 some years ago, but that's a whole different story. No mercy. Thank you so much, my dear, for 6 months. I appreciate you. One in that time of month. Lucky number 6, LOL. Thank you so much, No Mercy. Appreciate you very, very much, my darling. Really appreciate you, babe. Thank you, Miss Kels. How you doing, girl? Thank you so much for gifting 5 pearl necklaces. Really, really do appreciate you, my darling. If you received one of those, make sure you give our Kelsey a big ol' thank you. Thank you so much, darlings. Much love to you. If a car just had a muffler issue, wouldn't you sell it for parts, interior, rather than just crush it, considering he sold parts off the other cars? Logic. Well, yeah. Let's think about this. Prison for the rest of your life, or maybe I'll sell the motor, and the RCMP can talk to everyone that I just was, selling this to. Make it make sense. No. Mm-mm. Nope. Not at all. Not at all.
So at that point, I mean, it's an old vehicle. I don't need it. I want it to something, something I want because, and then I said, like, I've been through so much shit. I want to get a vehicle that I actually want.
He's been through so much shit. Yeah, they paid between $300 and $500. Yeah, and I'm sure he needed a couple rocks that day. So Daniel says, I want a vehicle that I actually want. He's been through so much shit, right? You don't think what about Jack and Lilly? You see, with Daniel and May and Miss Janie and most of the rest of them, except really Belinda and Haley, in my opinion, they don't give a fuck. It's about what they're going through, not what Jack and Lily are going through. Do you hear Belinda? Do you ever hear Belinda saying, "Woe is me"? You don't think about yourself. You don't think about you when something is going on with a loved one, right? Get over yourself for a minute, Daniel. What about Jack and Lily? But he's been through so much. He's been through so much. We're talking preschoolers, Daniel. Preschoolers. That's it. That's it, Joyous. Bingo. You never hear Belinda say anything about herself. Always about Jack and Lilly. That's right. Like your loved ones, you love them more than you love yourself. You know what I mean? Like you really do. Except that's not everybody. Daniel loves him. I mean, he's so special. Helicopters fly over him, especially when he's out of service, like he said, right? Sources, my people. I've got so many different recordings of Daniel, of Janie, of people that they might shit.
That's what I used to do, right? And that was journey. I never went. That was just a 7-seater, and then that was perfect for me and the kids. So, and I wanted to continue to have 7-seaters because of all the kids. Eventually, this is gonna sound fucked. But
Okay. The volume just went up way big time. Okay, where am I at? 113. Okay. Let me turn
eventually,
volume down a little bit. Give me a second, guys. How do I turn it down? All right, there. Okay. We'll try this.
because I used to have a never went. That was just a 7-seater, and then that was perfect for me and the kids. So, and I wanted to continue to have 7-seaters because of all the kids. Eventually.
Okay. So Daniel says he had a 7-seater. Let me see here. Now, do you guys know what a Dodge Journey looks like? You guys know what a Dodge Journey looks like? One second. Give me a second, guys. Let's see here. This is what a Dodge Journey looks like. I have actually pictures of Daniel's Dodge Journey. This is what his Dodge Journey. It's like a mini caravan. Yes, let me find it here. I got it somewhere. I'll show you the actual one that he crushed. The actual one that he crushed. Which is interesting. It makes me wonder. There's a photo that's. Wait, I'll save that for later. Just one second. Just leave me a second, and I'll show you. But yeah, Dodge Journey, right, Daniel? That. Are you sure you had it crushed, Daniel? Are you sure you had it crushed?
This is gonna sound fucked. But eventually, and then that was perfect for, me and Malay and the kids. So, and I wanted to continue to have 7-seaters because of all the kids. Eventually, this is gonna sound fucked, but eventually, I will have someone in my life that's gonna need a seat in the vehicle. So I wanna have like enough seats for them. I wanted something that I really wanted. She gave it at the back, just black, black SUV. Don't confuse that with any type of black SUVs that are, in this case or in this case in the future.
Okay. So here he's saying that there is no black SUV, and don't mistake it for any case, for anything in this case now or in the future. I disagree, Daniel. I disagree because there's a fourth car, or no, not a fourth car. There's on the fourth trip, Daniel, rather. Um, no, he didn't, but people know. Right, Justin. Great question. Did he even have the money to do? They were disputed. They got 1 day and spent the money in BM's checkoff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Logan's car was black. Yeah, it wasn't Logan's car, but yeah. You know how Daniel said the blue, and we didn't know if it was the black or the blue? Well, now, in my opinion, we know it was the blue Dodge Journey, but also the last trip, it was the black. The black, wasn't it, Daniel?
Well, Malaya doesn't say, don't confuse that with any type of black SUVs that are, in this case or in this case in the future. Well, Malaya doesn't know how to teach you for children. She never did. That's what I always make
Okay.
in this case or in this case in the future. Well, Malaya doesn't know how to teach you for children.
Well, Malaya doesn't know how to teach the children. Well, Malaya doesn't know how to teach the children. Oh, so you made a baby with her. Okay, got it, Daniel. Got it. It's real smart. I don't think either one of you did, in my opinion.
She never did.
She
That's
never-
what I always make the joke about is, I have three biological children. One of them is not old enough to be potty trained yet. But the craziest thing is I potty trained 4 children in my life.
Daniel potty trained 4 children, right? Daniel potty trained 4 children, but doesn't know how to, when it's enough to put too much garbage in a bag or leave the gate open.
Dana and Lily and Jack. And Malaya has 3 biological children. She never potty trained any. Everything you see in all those bad screenshots, she encouraged me to talk like that, right? It was pure.
Okay. Now he's talking about his ex. Now he's talking about his ex. And this gets quite interesting because, again, if you were in the members only live yesterday, or you've seen the live streams in the past where I showed the nasty messages Daniel said to his ex. And if you were in the live stream yesterday, the extremely, I want to throw up, nasty recording that I showed about what Malaya allegedly said about Daniel, what he would do allegedly in the nighttime. Thank you, Deb. Thank you for your gift, darling. Really appreciate you very, very much. Thank you, lovies. And then we have Daniel saying to his ex via text messages that he wanted her to go to sleep, and while she was asleep, he would RAE her, and if she woke up and said stop, he would do it harder. No, Ariel, I can't play it publicly. I can't play it publicly. You have to do it like YouTube. You have to do it like in members only. Otherwise, it's TOS. You can't. And so you see a pattern here with multiple women that say very bad things. It's as gross as it gets, isn't it, Jerry? It's as gross. It's truly as gross as it gets, in my opinion. But Daniel says here that and again, it's typical flip the script abuser, in my opinion. This is what she wanted. This is what she wanted. Well, he was very allegedly aggressive sexually. And, she had talked about him leaving bruises and stuff like that.
Manipulation, because you knew she encouraged me to talk like that, right? It was pure manipulation because you knew I didn't know at the time, like, it was gonna, like, what her intentions were, right? And I can understand why the world thinks it's terrible, but I was encouraged to speak like that by her to make me fucking seem terrible. But those
Yeah. Now, this didn't age very well for Daniel. Because, first of all, you guys were together at this time, and he said she made me, say this. She encouraged me to say this. Now, months later, Daniel is getting charged with sexual assault, and forcible confinement. So, patterns. Follow the patterns.
these messages were also early on. And then the craziest thing is she actually did fall in love with me. That was the most fucked up thing. She never wanted to know anything on the case. She never wanted to ever, talk about anything to do with the case. She never wanted me to ever bring up Jack and Lily. She never wanted me to ever.
Thank you so much, Deb. Thank you so much for the jewels, my love. Really, really do appreciate you. Thank you for your support. What do you see right there?
She actually did fall in love with me. That was the most fucked up thing. She never wanted to know anything on the case.
Okay, so he's talking about, again, the ex that she never wanted to know about Jack and Lily. She didn't want to, like, weird him out or anything. She said, and she wasn't sure in the beginning about Daniel, and then she believed him. And then she had to go get help to almost deprogram her. And then you look at this right here, and he says something very interesting up here. He says something very interesting up here. Now, Daniel says, going back to the, I'll just say dirty talk. If she wanted to get you in trouble, Daniel, why wouldn't she have been asking you about Jack and Lilly and stuff? Now, remember, she went to well, she didn't go to the RCMP came to her. The RCMP came to her, and she spoke at length to the RCMP. And I'll just say, in my opinion, I believe that the RCMP maybe wanted her to charge, maybe, perhaps, allegedly, charge Daniel with more crimes. And then I was kind of talking in the members only live last night about the RCMP said more charges, or not, sorry, scratch that. The RCMP said there was more evidence that came about recently. That's why they rescheduled it. It makes me wonder, is it more evidence on the case that they have currently that they're charging Daniel with, or is it going to be potentially another victim? I don't know.
Never wanted to ever, talk about anything to do with the case. She never wanted me to ever bring up Jack and Lilly. She never wanted me to ever, she was super insecure about Malaya. I'm never gonna go back with Malaya. No, like, absolutely not. I don't even ever want to talk to her, not unless it's to do with men. And she just, it was just, please don't talk to any other girls. Please never, ever go back with Malaya. She was like super insecure about Malaya by the end of it. Any of the girls. And she would always say, like, it was, and she liked all the exact same things. Like, there was nothing that would make me think that, her intentions weren't pure. She smiled and loved every second she spent with me. There was nothing, no secret. She never went on her phone. It was just like she was living in the moment. She was like actually happy. Same with me. So I actually had like a full in-depth look into her life, and she didn't. I mean, she went all out. Like, she would send me, like, naked pictures of her and everything like that. And the only thing that I could look back and see as odd is, like, she would come down and spend time with me. And, like, sometimes she would say, "Oh, I gotta be back by 5:30. I gotta get to pick up my," but what really, really, really set her off.
Daniel knew she was married.
Was, and what made her turn on me was she got on my phone, right?
So, the ex gets on Daniel's phone. What's that, Kelly? I was losing it. Losing what, baby? You okay? He had her delete people on the phone. Yes. Yep, sure did. Now, listen to this. I find this very, very interesting. What he says right up here.
But what really, really, really set her off was, and what made her turn on me was she got on my phone, right? See me putting my password to, and to unlock my phone.
So while Daniel was asleep, she got in his phone. Weird, my chat froze for 4 minutes. Oh, really? YouTube's weird sometimes. It's really weird sometimes. And she did get in his phone. And of course, Daniel was speaking to other women, showing them pics and, all kinds of stuff that nasty stuff that he's, but that's, he's always, little weasels up to no good all the time, right? But what he says after this is what's very interesting to me. Hey, Gypsy, good to see you. Listen to this. Just back that up.
And what made her turn on me was she got on my phone, right? See me putting my password to, and to unlock my phone. And when I was sleeping, she got on my phone. She could have fucking devastated and destroyed the case.
Now, he says that she could have devastated or destroyed the case, meaning Jack and Lily's case. Now, he's either just, again, lying like a buffoon that he is, or there's something on the phone that he might have not wanted her to see. I haven't checked yet, Sassy, my dear. I'll check it a little bit. So, which is it? Which is it? But you've got to also remember that now, months, almost a year after Jack and Lily goes missing, they want to see electronics again. They want to see electronics again. Right. That's the question. How? How? Alicia, thank you for the jewels, my darling. Appreciate you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Joyce, for telling me. Oh, yeah, somebody does a jewel. Thank you, love. So either he's lying his ass off to make it seem like he's got something on there, or he does have something on there. And we do know that the RCMP has looked at electronics again very recently.
But what really, really, really set her off was, and what made her turn on me was she got on my phone, right? See me putting my password to, and to unlock my phone. And when I was sleeping, she got on my phone. She could have fucking devastated and destroyed the case, and she chose not to do that. So she searched my whole phone.
She chose not to do that. Now, Daniel, you've got to remember, that the RCMP came to her, right? And she did sing like a canary. And I want to give her big thank you for that. Big thank you for that. Never mind.
And there was nothing on my phone. Like,
okay. Now, listen to what he says after that, though. There was nothing on my phone. See, Daniel usually tells on himself. He gets a little bit of ahead of himself, and then he will say, "Oh, there wasn't nothing on my phone." Right? Just like he says when he came down the hill, Malaya was on the phone with 911. She might have been texting, right? Or she might have been on speakerphone, right? She could have devastated Jack and Lily's case, but she chose not to. But there was nothing on my phone. So, which is it, Daniel? So my question is, why is the RCMP wanting to look at those electronics again?
My phone. And when I was sleeping, she got on my phone, you know, she could have fucking devastated and destroyed the case, you know, and she chose not to do that. So she took my whole phone and, there was nothing on my phone, like, but there's
What did he say? Brandy, Kent took it down. He took that interview down. So I'm going to pull up my old lives and I need to go over that again because you forget so much and you can hear something in such a new way after not listening to it for a while and then seeing new information that you got and it'll click with old information. So, he said in the house she had contacted 911, then it switched to outside. Well, Daniel said Malaya was standing out in front of the trailer when she was on the phone with 911. Malaya said she was in a corner in the trailer contacting 911 because that's the only area of service she could get. Janie said you couldn't get service. I don't give a what corner you was in that house. Wade said something about recording and pimping. Holy shit, Brandy. Oh my God. You're right. And you know what else? Daniel says, kind of like our members only yesterday. It's kind of like Daniel always says, no, I didn't pimp Malaya out. I didn't sell her or anything else. Buttercup, thank you so much for the gift, my darling. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Wade told the truth. He absolutely told the truth. He absolutely told the truth. Other than Belinda and Haley, Wade's been, he had no reason. He has no, because he was critical to Malaya too. Oh my God, I need to listen to that now.
one thing that really set her off when she did get on my phone is Christine, right?
What?
Set her off when she did get on my phone is Christine, right?
One thing that did set her off when she got on my phone was Christine, right? Monica, I think he was worse than, in my opinion, in my opinion, as now he's innocent unless until proven guilty, I believe he's worse than Diddy's. Barbara Ann, thank you so much, my dear, for the 100 rules. Thank you so much, babe. Appreciate you very much. Oh, love you, Belinda. Love you. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you again, Bob. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And then I think about the members only live yesterday about, I know. Well, again, it makes you wonder why Malaya allegedly said that. You know what I mean? I want to throw up. I literally want to throw up right now. Okay. Now, we got more to talk about, y'all. Okay, that was from yesterday. That was from yesterday. All right. So, 2 seconds, guys. Okay. So, let me show you this real quick. Where is it at? All right. This is the now junked Dodge Journey. This is the actual, that looks like a decent car to be junked, doesn't it? I think they're putting it all together, Deb Long. I think it's a very high profile case and they only got one shot and they can't fail Jack and Lilly. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you, Miss Belinda. Thank you, Lovey. Appreciate you, babe. Thank you so much. Thank you, loves. Your support. I really do appreciate you. Thank you, Miss Belinda. Get some rest, darling. Yeah. I mean, to me, it's actually the best looking vehicle in the driveway, isn't it? Don't you think? I think so. And I have another picture of, I'm pretty sure it's Daniel walking out. I need to dig it out. And his Dodge Journey is there. And there is, you know what a garden sprayer is, right? We call them garden sprayers. You pump it, but you can put chemicals in it as well. Well, it's made for chemicals to begin with, but you can put cleaning supplies and stuff in it as well. Daniel has one of those out there, which I always found interesting. Mhm. Awful funny they got rid of the car soap, isn't it? Isn't it? Like a weed spray. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. 1 second. This one's blue right here. It's like I think it's a light blue. 1 second, I'll show you a more close up of what it looks like. Right there. Right there. Daniel's blue Dodge Journey. Well, what was that going to do to the yard and the home whenever justice is coming? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Now, his car had mechanical problems, right? And It had a muffler problem. I think it had like something where he couldn't run it. It would run, but it shouldn't have been driven. He wasn't driving it because he didn't have money to fix it until, in a pinch, shall we say. And Daniel, started, in my opinion, driving it that night. Okay. Whew. Here we go. So, this is Brandon. Now, guys, I need your help on this if you know about Brandon, because I need to know what you guys know about this Brandon. I have not even read this all yet. I did watch AB's video premiere that he did earlier today, and I was listening on something, and kind of piqued my interest. So here we go. Give me just 1 second.
This nicotine patch for an hour, and I'd still sell you in for a smoke. Come on back to my place. I want you to look at a urine sample. I think it looks cloudy. It's been so long since someone touched me.
Marvin, you better not shit where you eat, honey. Get out of here. What the fuck?
This nicotine patch for an hour.
Lie detector determined that was a lie. You said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
My dog's name is not Fluffy. My dog's name is Tucker. 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 If you don't hear it, maybe you'll know what it spells.
RCMP, open up.
Girl, how I look? Like a damn fool. No, them veneers don't make that look no better. Girl, bye.
That's an actual picture of me putting on lipstick, by the way. That's an actual picture of me. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Just needed a second there. Tucker. His name is not Fluffy No Mercy. His name is Tucker. Tukkah. Tucker. Like oyster shucker. But Tucker. A lot of people say that they believe him. And I have no opinion yet. I've still got to dig in. But most of you guys, I am Brandon, and this will be the only time I address this publicly, since the statement is already out there with MCU. To be clear, I saw Emily, how do you pronounce her last name? Olgi, run out of the woods on Lansdowne Road around 10:40 a.m. on May 2nd, 2025. Okay, now this woman, Emily, she is, help me out here. She is, what's her name's girlfriend? Help me out. I can't think of his name right now. Oh, thank you, God. Hayden's girlfriend. I was thinking of Haley, and I was like, I know Haley ain't got a girlfriend. So, okay, Hayden's girlfriend. Thank you. She jumped into a wine-collared 4-door vehicle. That's specific. I pulled up to both parked vehicles and a large man, Alvin McKenzie, was standing near the middle of the road acting nervous. Now, for those of you that don't know who Alvin is who? Who? Junkyard Janie's brother. Junkyard Janie's brother, which you got to remember, she was on the phone. Yes, Daniel Martell's uncle, just like Daniel's other uncle was sure on the phone a lot with Janie that morning, right? And he was also there allegedly right before the RCMP showed up. He called it 10:19, and he was over within 5 or 6 minutes. I'm reading this for the first time. Excuse me. Mr. McKenzie was standing near the middle of the road acting nervous, looking back toward the woods and then at me. He waved me down, so I stopped. He asked me if I was the police. I said no. He then said, quote, "She found a pink shirt," end quote. I got out, and he walked me over to a tree where there was a pink children's shirt hanging. How about that, guys? There was a pink shirt hanging. Wonder if that was planted, right? Wonder if that was planted. I bet you anything that it was. I think it was planted, and I think after it was planted, they chickened out on a lot of the things that was planted because they knew it looked ridiculous. Oh, a blanket hanging, a pink blanket, and then a pink shirt hanging that's right about the size of Lily's. And what was Lily wearing all that day? Pink. Okay. I got out and he walked me over to a tree where there was a pink children's shirt hanging. After that, he did not say another word. He turned around and walked back toward Montreal Road. While I was dealing with him, the other vehicle slowly pulled away. After I left, they were parked at the end of Lansdowne Road and again asked if I was the police. I said no, that I was there helping search for the children. Now, wait a second. Lansdowne Road and Lansdowne Station are two different things, right? Am I right on that? Thank you, Miss Joyous. Yes, they're different. Okay, I was thinking they were because there's Lansdowne Road and there's Lansdowne Station, right? Are you talking about the ones that pop up in chat? They're so annoying. They're so annoying. Okay. All right. Where was I? And again asked if I was the police. I said no, that I was there helping search for the children. I asked who they were, and the woman said they were, quote, family from Truro, end quote, looking for the kids as well. There was a young, skinny man in the front passenger seat, Hayden, and the driver was a larger, tanned man whose face I could not clearly see because he had his hand up against it, seemingly trying not to be seen. A larger tan man whose face I could not clearly see because his hand was up against it, seemingly trying not to be seen. Around 10:45 or 10:50 a.m., they turned right onto I'll just call it, how do you pronounce, I don't know how to pronounce it, Stawaki Road, and left. If you were a family from Truro searching for the children, why leave? Why were you there so early before police were even on Lansdowne Road? Okay. Now, they are already there. The police are already there at 10:27. Now, there's probably not a lot of them. There's probably not a lot of them. There at 10:27 or 10:30, whenever they show up there. So why Brandon was so early? He was actually going fishing or something. He was actually going fishing or something, and he got a thing saying that the alert or something. Hold on, wait a second. Wait a second. There couldn't have been an alert that early. There wasn't an alert that early. So I have a problem with that. That's right. There we go, Care Bear. He said he heard it on the radio. The alert didn't come out till much later. That's exactly right. You couldn't have heard it on the radio. Okay, over the scanner. I know he said he was going fishing and he heard it over something. He's a veteran? Okay, he's a veteran. Okay, that's good. That's good then. Okay. He's a veteran. That's really good. That makes me believe him a lot more than the RCMP didn't arrive until 10:27. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let me see here. Who suffers from PTSD? Yeah, I mean, okay. I'm going to have to dig a little bit more. Okay. All right, where was that? There was a young, skinny man in the passenger seat. Okay, around 10:45 or 10:50, they turned right onto. Okay, if you were family from Truro searching for the children, why leave? Why were you there so early before police were even on Lansdowne Road, so close to Wade Martell's property? Why were you in the woods that far from the home? That's a good question. Why was that pink shirt placed in the tree? Good question. Why was there no photos taken of this available publicly? People also keep asking why everyone believes that is where the blanket was found. It was not. That was addressed in my statement to police, and I will not comment further on that. We're going to look at the statement. We're going to look at the documents here in a minute. What makes this odd is that they were all left and never clarified any of this. They also make no mention in their court release statements about being there early that morning and then leaving. Now, one thing that makes me think about this is Daniel said, no, because you can listen to some. I know you can still listen to some in Canada because I have tried whenever Jack and Lilly went missing. And we actually have some of the scanner. We actually have some of the scanner. You know how Daniel likes to flip the script. Again, I don't know which way to take this so far. I really don't. But Daniel does say in the RCMP documents, and you know this, he blamed Malaya's mom, who might have gotten there early, right? What do you say, Marie Antoinette? I have receipts too. What are you saying, baby? Oh, please send them. Please. Can you text them or email them to me? That would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. As soon as MBM made the call, if you have the police scanner, Brandon could hear it. Plus, they already had missing campers that morning. I've listened to scanners here for 2 years. Yeah. I know you can listen to scanners in Canada too. I mean, they do have some digital ones, but you can also have, I think you can buy digital scanners too. Yes, we will. We will. I just started that so I can go back to that in a minute. Why did the friends mention that they hadn't seen her for 2 years? That makes. If he search and rescue volunteer fire, he would have a radio emergency frequency. Yeah, if he's military as well. Okay. Do we know where? Like, does Brandon live close by here? Does he live like in Lansdowne area, like really close to here? Well, I've spoken to 2 of Daniel's exes, and both exes says, in their opinion, and they both said it the same way, 100% in their opinion, their family would cover for them. Which messages? Text messages or email? Well, fuck me. Boy, that's interesting. Sorry, I didn't mean to. That shocked me. Okay. All right. 1 second. Mm. That person that sorry guys, I just got something. The person that just emailed me, don't say it in chat. Email me back and 1 second. You might have said it. I can't email you back because it's you're sending it from email me back and tell me. I'm pretty sure I know whose place that is, but email me back just to be sure. Don't say it in chat, please. And email me back and tell me whose place that is, if you don't mind. Okay. What makes this odd is that they all left and never clarified any of this. This also makes no mention of the statements about being there early in the morning. The only people lying are Daniel, Malaya, Janie, Emily, and Hayden. I will not include Alvin in this because he admitted to being there. The female there was Emily Ogle. Is that how you pronounce it? Or OG? I don't know. And then there is Shenanigans. Ooh. Okay, I don't want to say that. Who is friends with Malaya. Lastly, Daniel, since I know you are reading this, keep my name out of your mouth. I am not YouTube land, far away. You wanted my attention. Now you have it. Okay. This question. Statement that she says that the clothes were in the tree. Then later she says the clothes are on the ground and there is a blanket in the tree. 100% no blanket in tree. And the 2 shirts were hanging in the tree. Right? That's what he said. 100% no blanket in tree. And he said the pink shirt was in the tree. So these items were found exactly 1 kilometer away from the house down Lansdowne Station Road. Right. 1 second. I'm going to edit the video a tad and send you and where I go. Okay. Was the one guy. Girl was skinny. Definitely not fat or chubby. The rest didn't talk and were in the vehicle. She was too, but passenger side window. I can't ID the ones in the vehicle with the girl who spoke to me. I was focused on her. I definitely could ID her and the man in the Honda Civic. The big guy, I could ID him. I can still see his face. It was like a 4-door sedan, dark color, for sure, maybe brown. I just remember the one who spoke to me was pretty, had shoulder length or longer, maybe dark brown hair, and she was tan or native.
Road that just goes up past the tracks to the right of the black house. That's where the shirt, the pink shirt, and I think there was another piece of clothing. I just can't remember the color of it. I don't know if it was purple or blue, but I'm pretty sure it was a boy's shirt or something. But there definitely was a pink girl's shirt. Anyways, day one, road that just goes up past the tracks to the right of the black house. That's where the shirt, the pink shirt, and I think there was another piece of clothing. I just can't remember the color of it. I don't know if it was purple or blue, but I'm pretty sure it was a boy's shirt or something. But there definitely was a pink girl's shirt. Anyways, day one, road that just goes up past the tracks to the right of the black house. That's where the shirt.
Hold on. Brandy, change the car description to blame MBM's family to support an abduction. In my opinion, RCMP said no abduction. Oh, I don't think this guy likes Malaya at all. And I don't think he likes Daniel either. He doesn't like either one, actually. I know that. I do know that. 1 second. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Sassy. That's what I was saying earlier, baby. Yep, I got your email. Hold on 1 second, guys. What? Okay. 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 Okay, now we're going to go to these documents. I need let me see this 1 second. Let me find this scanner or dispatch. Give me a second. We're going to listen to this. Oh damn, that's. Do you know what part of the dispatch you wanted needed to listen to? The people behind this wants us to think leads to an abduction. I'm not saying it supports MBM. The people behind this wants us to think it leads. Oh, I got you. Okay. I'm not saying it supports MBM. I'm saying it's fake. Oh, they absolutely want us to think it's an abduction. Well, I think they originally wanted him to think that they walked away, right? But then that changed quickly when there was 100 and some, nearly 200 searchers out there, and they were like, well, they're not here. Something stinks, you know. And then it was, oh, okay. That's when Malay and Daniel started saying, I have reason to believe that they might have been abducted. May 2nd, 10:44 a.m. Okay, 1 second. May 2nd, Okay, I got May 3rd. 1 second here, guys. Come on, computer. Okay. Dispatch. Okay. For May 2nd. Okay, here we go. 10:23. Okay, here we go.
Authorize and start getting some search teams going to the Gairloch location while we try and locate a GCR commander.
Up on 601.
10-4, I'll authorize it. I did mention the Curtis McKinnon
I don't believe
given that
anybody that responded to that call. I heard somebody acknowledge it, but I don't think we had anybody respond. Could you reach out to Westfall Rescue to that?
Oh shit, y'all couldn't hear the whole fucking thing. Goodness gracious. I am so sorry, guys. I thought I had it up. Can y'all hear that? Can y'all hear that? We heard it. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to do 22 things at one time. Okay, sorry.
I did mention the Curtis McKinnon. 10-4, I'll authorize it. I did mention the Curtis McKinnon.
I don't believe anybody that responded to that call. I heard somebody acknowledge it, but I don't think we had anybody respond. Could you reach out to Westfall Rescue to that call?
Copy. I'll call Joe right now.
Copy. We'll be,
Josh is on call from Northeast, but he's like he had a long run on this fell. He needs some rest.
I read that call through SRCC there to get the helo headed that way.
Yeah, we just gave him the directions. That's 1407 Gairloch Road in Lansdowne.
Copy that.
Sticker Mill's die-cut stickers are made from a thick, durable vinyl and can be printed and cut to any shape. Simply
or from Aviation Hangar on Kelly 5. Go ahead for portable. I'm looking for Helicopter Patrol 4. Helicopter Patrol 4. Yeah, Ruben, this is Patrol 4 portable. Go ahead.
Did you take tax?
Yeah, are you able to give me a call on the phone here? No, sir.
Oh God, sorry, I was muted. So this is the right. This is thank you, Magdalena, guys. This says May 2nd, 10:24 to 10:53. So this is the right one, right? Correct. Yes. Yes. Yeah, Brandy's yeah. I took it the wrong way. I took what Brandy was saying the wrong way. Brandy is saying that they're not that the Malaya's people or Daniel's people were pushing behind the scenes to look like an abduction. They wanted to still look like an abduction. No, we're not trying to discredit anybody.
Service on the ground here. We just got a new tasking over by New Glasgow, and we were just at the search command here, so we got a new tasking just well, if that's
We're
what
getting ready.
you're
I'm going to show you this document here.
Yeah, you bet. I just got the same request here through the risk manager. I've got a location for you if you needed it, or if you got everything you need, I'll just stand by and you go ahead. Yeah, no, we got everything we need. I've got two Casera folks with me. We're just getting a drive back to the chopper now, and then we're gonna relocate over to that new search location. Okay, very good. Thank you. I'll leave you to it. Give me a call if you need anything. Hangar clear. Yep, thanks. We're going to switch over to aviation once, so we'll give you a chat over there. Roger. Thank you. Hangar clear.
So their own vehicle.
Community hall, anything near the area that some trucks can park at and work their way out?
Sorry, it's very rural. I don't think there's any community halls nearby.
I mean, this is the thing, Annette. I don't know who Brandon is. I'm just checking his story. He doesn't have anything to gain. And he's a veteran, so I tend to believe him more personally. But some people in true crime, you'll see in a lot of these cases, they do it just, I mean, look at the I think it's the Anita lady. Yes, that matches with what Brandon said. He was getting ready to go fishing at 10:30. Takes between 12 and 15 minutes to Garelock Lake. Okay, I'm gonna go. I need a specific timestamp on here to look, but I'm gonna go to this. Brandy, if you have the specific timestamp on that, this is one second, guys. I gotta find it. What was her name? I keep getting Haley and Hayden fucking mixed up. Lord. Okay. Hayden. Okay, 2 seconds. I got to go right back to that for 1 second. If I didn't pull it already. Okay.
We're not super familiar with the area. We don't come out here a whole lot. But we'll have a look.
Copy. Looks like we're going to use 1490 Community Center there. 1490 Garelock Road. We're going to let the GSAR know Pictou County and Colchester is going to be being called out.
Copy that, Foster. And Jeff was just wondering there about air services engagement. I think you heard that.
Air services being redeployed from Eden Lake from the other search from last night. So they're in the county, so they shouldn't be too awful long, I don't believe. They should be attending, I believe, with a Casera spotter in the chopper. Copy that.
Charlie, one, go ahead.
Just wondering where they're set up with the search command today. Is that the scene on McLaren Road?
Copy that. Center is Eden Church Loop.
Yeah, see, that's where ours is. I'm just wondering where the ground search one is.
Over there for the children? 10-4, it would be Garden of Eden Church Loop is where the command center is.
10-4. Yeah, it's just there. There's no one there. All right. McLaren Road.
10-4.
SRCC, this is Casera 2.
Portable one probably has very limited radio.
Okay, well, I'm going to go to AB's channel for a second because I need to find something exactly which documents he was talking about because we got to look a little bit more. Mods, please drop AB's channel if you would be so. I got it right here actually. Sub up to AB. I want to see what AB says here. He pulls, I don't know what page they are. This is interesting what I'm Okay. Gonna go to AB. AB. Here we go. No way it went over radio. I don't know.
Pull it up on a bigger screen, that is. By the way, my apologies to channel friend Hells Monroe, spelt with a Z.
Do you know where he got this from? Where AB got this from? Oh, I was just reading this one. I'm pretty sure the clothing was hanging on a tree. Okay. All right. Now listen to this. I know. Okay. Listen to this.
Z for New Zealand in that sense, and I think it's called Ninchi True Crime. So, to the July 12th, 2025, 12th, TH Robinson,
Hold on.
Constable Himmelman and Constable Robinson obtained a statement from Emily Ogley, Ogley, Emily, said she is Hayden's girlfriend. They were staying at Patty's and she woke up to the phone call saying the children were missing. They went out there and started to help search.
Okay, I found it now.
She went with Hayden and Haley in the woods. They drove around. They saw kids' clothing hanging on a tree. They got out of the car. We went looking for them. They didn't touch them because they thought it might be evidence. Emily said there were 2 T-shirts and a blanket. The blanket was hanging in the tree, and the clothes were on the ground.
Okay. 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 Constable McGannon and Mason drove Haley and Hayden's girlfriend back to the location where they saw the blank. I think I got it asked backwards. I think it's this one first. On July 12, 2025, Heman or whatever and Robinson obtained a statement from Emily Ogley. The following is the summary. Okay. And this is who Brandon is talking about in that thing I read earlier. They were staying at Patty's and she woke up to a phone call saying that the children were missing. They went out there and started to help search. She went with Hayden and Haley in the woods. They drove around. They saw kids' clothing hanging on a tree. They got out of the car and were looking for them. They didn't touch them because they thought it might be evidence. Emily said there were 2 shirts and a blanket. The blanket was hanging in the tree, and the clothes were on the ground. Emily took photographs as soon as they got out of the car. So she took photographs. They drove back and asked Malaya if the clothing belonged to the kids. Malaya said the blanket belonged to Lily, but the clothing did not. Then they told the police, who went to investigate. Emily looked at the data from the photographs and saw that they were taken on May 2nd, 2025 at 3:24 p.m. Go earlier. Thank you, Mama Bear. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you very, very much. Welcome to the Pearl family. Appreciate you, Mama Bear. Okay, I got July 12th. 1 second. Corporal McGannon and Mason drove Haley, Hayden, and Hayden's girlfriend back to the location where they saw the blanket. McGannon seized the blanket. Corporal Martin and his police dog were called to the area. He took photographs of the blanket. He walked for about 1 kilometer in the area with the dog on the adjacent trail. They did not pick up a scent and complete a track. The other part of the blanket was seized from Malay and Daniel's house by Corporal Rice, May 4th, 9:09 p.m. One second, I'm looking at something. It was located inside a trash bag at the end of the driveway on May 5th, 11. It was, maybe it's one up here. Let me look. Okay, on May 2nd, 2025, family members part in the search for Jack and Lilly located a pink blanket. The following is a summary. Gammon and Mason were at Jack and Lilly's residence on May 2nd, 2025 around 4 p.m. where Haley, Hayden, and Hayden's girlfriend came out of the woods to say that they found a pink blanket in the woods, in the tree on Lansdowne Station Road. They showed a picture of Malaya and Daniel, who confirmed the blanket belonged to Lily. Okay, so that's 4 o'clock in the evening. That's 4 o'clock in the evening. In my opinion, Daniel and Malaya all about themselves, cover for themselves. Oh, absolutely. 1000%, Miss Shannon. Thank you, Blayton. Thank you, my dear. Okay. So I would like to talk to this Brandon guy. I would like to talk to him. Brandon, if you're watching, please chat. Get in contact with me. All justice, the number 4, the letter U at gmail.com. Or you can text me 307-228-4906. Because he's saying in his recording, I kind of mentioned it to Daphne today, but Brandy, I kind of mentioned to Daphne today. We touched on it a little bit, but the thing is, I'm trying to think of is Brandon is saying this is like at 10:30 in the morning. The RCMP documents is saying that they came out with. Let me just continue reading this to make sure I'm understanding this right. Okay, Haley murdered on May 2nd, 2025 at around 4 p.m., where Haley, Hayden, and Hayden's girlfriend came out of the woods to say that they found a pink blanket in the woods in a tree in Lansdowne Station. They showed a picture of Malaya and Daniel, who confirmed the blanket belonged to Lily. Okay. Next page. Mason drove Haley, Hayden, and Hayden's girlfriend back to the location where they saw the blanket. McGannon seized the blanket. Corporal Martin and his dogs were also called to the area. He took photographs of the blanket. He said for about 1 kilometer in the area with a dog with an adjacent trail, they did not pick up a scent to complete a track. The other part of the blanket was seized from Malay and Daniel's house by Corporal Rice on May 4th, 9:09 p.m. It was located inside a trash bag at the end of the driveway. On May 5th, 2025 at 11:07, McGannon and we'll just call him Corporal Titch seized the blanket and compared it with the images of the blanket seized from the residence. She believed that the pieces were the same blanket. After Corporal Titch checked to confirm it was the same blanket, she drove to the location where the blanket was seized. She confirmed it was exactly 1 kilometer from Jack and Lily's house. On May 8th, Corporal Himmenhall obtained a statement from Haley. The following is the summary. Haley said she is the stepsister of Lily, so Lily and Jack are the niece and nephew. Haley said Malaya had cut out her family members and she had not seen Malaya or the kids in 2 years. Haley saw the children missing on Facebook after she got home on May 2nd and then went to Lansdowne to help for the search around 2 or 2:30 p.m. Haley saw that the children were missing from Facebook after she got home around May 2nd. Hold on a second. There was a young, skinny man in the front passenger, Hayden, and the driver was a larger, tanned male. Guys, Brandon supposedly saw the blankets. It was MBM's family. Now, Haley and Hayden are together, right? Help me out, chat. Isn't Haley Hayden's half sister? That's right. Hayden drove. They're not together. Okay. So then Hayden and Patty cousins also would be lying. Then if Brandon. Okay. That's why they're fucking being shut up, probably. He doesn't say Haley's involved in this, does he? Does he? Does Brandon talk about Haley at all? Because you won't convince me Haley's involved. No. The only people lying are Daniel, Malaya, Janie, Emily, and Hayden. Okay. This is interesting. This is interesting, guys. My mind's going 90,000 miles an hour right now. So is ooh, joyous. I want to hear that. I will look at that for sure. Okay. Tell me this, guys. We're in deep class right now. So we gotta focus. Remember, no matter if we agree or disagree, we're in this to focus on Jack and Lily. Hayden and Malaya, is that her half brother or full brother? Hold on. I'll tell you right now. 1 second, motherfucker. Haiden. That's her brother. His last name is Murray Smith. I think it's her only full. It's full. They're full. Yep. That's what I thought. Okay. I was almost certain. I think they're full. I think they're full. Haley has the same father. Hayden, yeah. Malaya and Hayden have the same mother as Malaya. I think they're full. I'm almost certain they're full. MBM's full brothers. Okay. All right. I'm wondering if this is why Malaya canned up. And this is why our family's canning up, in my opinion now. They have a different father. Okay. Half or full. They're siblings. If Brandon is right, I'm wondering if Malaya or Daniel I think Malaya or Daniel. Is Daniel and Hayden close? Are they close? Okay, baby monkey. Thank you, baby. I don't care if you lived with them and left. You know, you fight with someone, you don't want to fucking live with them. A lot of times. Doesn't mean anything. A lot of people kick their kids out of their house. It doesn't mean they don't love them. You know, doesn't mean you're not close anymore. Yeah, it's a tangled web. All right, so this is very interesting. I got to go back through Wade's stuff as well. I'm wondering if either Daniel called Hayden Or did Malaya call Hayden when he was stuck? Helped him get out. Remember, Malaya, Daniel says Malaya used her phone at 11 o'clock or something in the evening. Now, Malaya called her grandma that morning. Oh, of course it would be on the phones. Of course it would be on the phones. RCMP knows all of this, baby. They know all of it. How old is Hayden? I'm trying to... I get the scapegoat part, but why would Brandon say this? Why would Brandon say this? I gotta talk to Brandon. I just gotta talk to him. Or get some more information. MBM called Patty. She did not get a hold of her mother. Patty called Cindy. Yes. Early 20s. Yeah, we do know that. That's in the RCMP documents. Let me go to AB's video. I'm just going to have to listen to this again. And I need to check something.
Emily took photographs as soon as they got out of the car. They drove back and asked Malaya if the clothing belonged to the kids. Malaya said the blanket belonged to Lily, but the clothing did not. They then told the police, who went to investigate. Emily looked the data from the photographs, and she saw they were taken on May 2nd, 2025 at 3:24 p.m.
Okay, let me get past this.
So you just need to scroll down on your mobile again. He's talking in his letter on May 2nd, 2025.
What you want to do is save hundreds when Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
That's
great, but can you ask?
Let me get it so we don't get a commercials. 4:15. I'm at. So we don't get commercials.
Drop me this piece.
Okay, I need to know what's going on here.
Approximately, you see, scroll down, excuse me.
Because the one thing about AB, I've known AB forever, since I've been on YouTube pretty much. He's one of the... And AB doesn't buy a lot of bullshit. You know what I mean? Like him and I usually agree on cases, almost always actually. Because he's not really conned that easy. But so I need to know what he means here. I need to know about Brandon.
Approximately 10:10 a.m. So roughly around 3 minutes after the call came in to the RCMP, according to their documents. I know this because my fiance was home on her work break, which runs from 10 a.m. to 10.
Let me go back to this.
And I'm going to read his entire statement because...
Okay. This is the entire statement. Now, listen to this. This is important.
Well, it's better. He's talking in his letter on May 2nd, 2025. He left his home in
I want to hear what he says.
approximately, let me see, scroll down, excuse me, approximately 10:10 a.m. So roughly around 3 minutes after the call came in to the RCMP, according to their documents.
Can you text it or email it to me?
I know this because my fiance
Helicopter.
was home on her work break, which runs from 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. At the time, I was loading my truck to go fishing at Gairloch Lake. We spoke briefly before I left.
Hold on.
Which documents? I know this because my fiance was home on her work break, which runs from 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m.
I heard a vulnerable person broadcast regarding 2 missing children. She says broadcast.
At the time, I was loading my truck to go fishing at Gairloch Lake. We spoke briefly before I left. Says Gairloch Lake's approximately 12 to 15 minute drive from my home. As I was arriving at the lake, I heard a vulnerable persons broadcast, meaning over police band radio, regarding 2 missing children in Lansdowne. I just put that in. That's what I'm assuming. He says he heard the vulnerable persons broadcast.
Yeah, I think I read the first one earlier, though, didn't I, guys? I read that one earlier where he says, I am Brandon. This is the only time I will address this publicly. That one.
Cast regarding 2 missing children in Lansdowne. At roughly the same time, I observed a helicopter conducting what appeared to be a search pattern, cloverleafing in the area. Given my military background, it was immediately apparent to me that an active search operation was underway. Brandon, do you want to further go in or explain how you came to learn about the situation during that time? Let me know in a future communication.
You and me
the
both.
meat of this story is what he witnessed.
You and me both, girl.
This is what we want to get to. Rather than continue with my fishing plans, I decided to drive through the area to see if I could assist in keeping an eye out for the children.
I don't think I got your text.
For context, I am not a neighbor, family friend of either party, a member of PBMH, or affiliated with any official search organization. However, I served approximately 10 years in the Canadian Armed Forces as a combat engineer. Such a cool job. Search operations were a significant part of my training and experience. Throughout my military service, I participated in numerous searches involving personnel, explosives, weapons, and other objectives.
Hey,
I've also assisted the RCMP in the past in 3 other searches for missing persons.
Magdalena, did you text it or email it? Because I didn't get a text, baby, from you. Okay, I just got an email. Let me see here. Okay, someone sent me some pictures. Thank you for that. Okay.
As I traveled through the area, I observed a bright pink child.
Okay. I heard a vulnerable person regarding 2 missing children in Lansdowne, and roughly the same time, I observed a helicopter conducting what appeared to be search patterns. Well, listen, this is the thing. They were already. You said I thought you said Magdalena. I'm sorry. I thought you said I text Justin or something, but he's a busy man or something like that. I saw that in chat. The RCMP was already in that area, and it doesn't take them long. They already had drones up within 10 minutes of them being there. That's it. That's it, Annette. Thank you. Yes. Helicopters were in the air searching for a missing person when they got the call well before 10. Yes. Yes. That's right. That's exactly right.
Operations were a significant part of my training and experience. Throughout my military service, I participated in numerous searches involving personnel, explosives, weapons, and other objectives. I've also assisted the RCMP in the past in 3 other searches for missing persons. As I traveled through the area, I observed a bright pink child's t-shirt hanging in a tree near Earl Martell's property. A 4-wheeling trail just past his home on the right-hand side that goes way up the hill, and near the pipeline area on Lansdowne Road. To be clear, this was on Lansdowne Road, Jamie, not Lansdowne Station Road.
Big distinction.
What stood out to me was the condition of the shirt. It appeared clean and was not muddy, wet, or dirty despite the weather and the ground conditions. In other words, meaning that it hadn't been there very long. It wasn't put there last year and been through all kinds of weather. It was recent, fresh, it's very bright. It appeared clean and was not muddy, wet, or dirty despite the weather and ground conditions. I also did not observe the children's footprints or observe children's footprints beneath it or any obvious trail leading to or from the location. I also observed Emily Oakley emerge from the wooded area
out of what? Let me
or any obvious trail leading children's footprints despite the weather and ground conditions. I also did not observe the children's footprints or observe children's footprints beneath it or any obvious trail leading to or from the location. I also observed Emily Oakley emerge from the wooded area at a rapid pace. She was not casually walking. She came out of the woods quickly, moved through the ditch, and entered the rear seat of the vehicle. My attention was primarily focused on Alvin McKenzie, who was nearby. My interaction with Alvin was brief.
Okay.
After leaving the area and traveling towards where the helicopter had landed, I later observed the same dark wine-colored 4-door vehicle parked along the roadside. As I approached, Emily appeared interested in speaking. I pulled alongside the vehicle and rolled down my window. She asked whether I was police, which was the same question Alvin had asked earlier. I advised her that I was not afraid, that I simply...
I got a question. What vehicle did Malaya's mother trade in a week after Jack and Lilly went missing? Damn, I wish they lived in the United States. I could have. What vehicle? Maroon SUV or burgundy Hyundai? It was a maroon color. A maroon one, but I'm wondering if it was written after Brandon listened to Anita. There's a reason law enforcement separates witnesses. Yes. But I don't listen to Anita. I don't know what Anita said. I've probably listened to less than 5 minutes of Anita, to be honest with you. So it was maroon or burgundy or wine. I thought Haley picked up Hayden, Emily, and Patty. So wouldn't it have been Haley's car, not Hayden or Cindy's? I don't believe Haley is involved at all. Okay, gotcha. Okay. That's why people are blaming Cindy and saying that's why she traded in her vehicle on Tuesday after kids went missing, in my opinion. Right. I just don't understand why Brandon would say that. You know what I mean? Justin, it was next to the silver car you showed in Daniels today. Cindy arrived with Wade. That's interesting. Okay. Give me a second. I'm looking here, guys. Play this real quick.
I was simply there to help search for the children. I then asked what they were doing in the area. Emily stated that they were family from Truro and were looking for the children. I wished them luck and continued on my way. Shortly afterward, I observed the vehicle turn right onto Stewiacke Road and headed seemingly back towards Truro. I also took note of how both Emily and Alvin were dressed. Emily was wearing jeans, running shoes, and a tank top with thin shoulder straps. Alvin was wearing a t-shirt, jeans, and sneakers. Anyone present that day knows the weather was damp, cold, and muddy. Their clothing stood out to me because it did not appear consistent with what most searchers were wearing under those conditions, or any experienced searcher or woodsman for that matter. This was a rapid response last minute to the aid in the cover-up and plant evidence from both families.
Okay, 1040. I'm looking at these documents right now. 1040. Malaya calls Cindy, and it's a missed call. 1040.
I'll repeat that last part. This was a rapid response last minute to aid in the cover-up and plant evidence from both families. No, that's what you witnessed. Basing off of what Emily Oakley stated, there's no doubt in my mind that you witnessed them plant that evidence. And Alvin being there, and especially dressed like that, would indicate that he was up to something other than searching for the kids that had trudged out. First thing you do is grab your coat and boots. So who was the driver of that car, I wonder? After orienting myself in the area and speaking with law enforcement, I returned home to collect additional equipment, including rain gear and my ATV. Yeah, you were first there in your truck, you said. I should get that straight. Then you went back home, grabbed your ATV, and came back. You then returned and participated in search efforts that ultimately continued for several months, extending into November. And he's got a fantastic map, friends. I'm gonna do it justice. We need to do a live stream and do some talking. Following the initial days of searching, I expanded my efforts beyond the immediate search area and followed up on numerous tips provided by members of the public. These included locations such as Lairg Cemetery Road, the Lairg Road under near Gairloch Brook Falls, and several other sites brought to my attention. Remember, all kinds of sites around there. Bradley Wong was an eyewitness to listening to mainly one car, Daniel's car, all through that night, in a different car, and the final trip going.
Boy, this would be very, very interesting. Okay. This would be very interesting if both sides of the family are connected. Like, yeah, I don't believe Cindy necessarily helped Malaya, right? But think about this. What if both your kids are involved? Right? Little brother goes help sister. Little brother goes help sister. Well, both your kids are going to jail. Oh, absolutely, babe. Absolutely. We've got to rack our brains. I can't wait. I gotta read I cannot wait, Joyous. I'll have to email you on something on. Oh, thank you, Miss Magdalena. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, darling, for gifting 5 pearl necklaces. I do appreciate you very much. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you. If you received one of those, make sure you give our dear Magdalena a big, big thank you. Thank you so much, Miss Magdalena. I really do appreciate your support, my dear. And tell Mr. Joyous. I got you, Mr. Joyous. I got you. Oh, God, my brain's going 90 miles an hour, guys. Think about this. You guys remember and fucking Janie will not talk about it. The big blow up. The big blow up at the house. It may be, Brandy, it may be, but I gotta know why. I gotta know more about Brandon. Yeah, the fight in the driveway. Right then and there, they started blaming each other. Right? This family's like, well, this wouldn't have happened. Sometimes, you can be in a bad mood. I'm saying a bad mood, but people can be irritated at the situation, that's going on and you start bickering, right? Then you start blaming. Well, this wouldn't have happened if he wasn't on drugs, and this wouldn't have happened if she'd have got off her lazy ass. Because we're the pearls, Linda. Hello, we are supportive of one another. We gotta rack each other's brains. Yeah, thank you, Share Cares. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's Brad's. It's that is for fucking yes. A billion percent, in my opinion. That is one thing. Listen, I don't give a damn how much we disagree in this chat. I think everyone thinks that girl. Everyone. My question is, thank you, Magdalena, because you know something? I literally got it filled today. Swear on a stack of holy books, Bibles. I literally went to Walgreens today and got my blood pressure medicine refilled. 90-day supply. I'm not joking. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. It was, what was it? I think it was 90 days supply. It was like 30 some dollars, something like that. Thank you so much, Magdalena. Here you go, Justin. This is for your blood pressure. This is for your headache. Thank you so much, love. I appreciate you very, very much, love. My husband and I have talked about this case since it started. He goes quiet and then starts saying things I never would have thought, and then it comes out in the docs and things. Yes. You got to think, and you got to think of human behavior. That's the thing. You got to think of how humans work, right? Need it, girl. That's for sure. There's just a couple things, right? We got to figure out. A, if who this Brandon person is. Because again, I feel like I'm jaded a little bit when I say this, but you guys know that there are people, and I really don't think Brandon's like this. I really don't, but I don't really know a lot about him. But there are people that will come out here and say the damnedest things for attention. And guys, it's about Jack and Lily, right? Like, don't ever come out and say something just for attention. These are two missing children, 4 and 6 years old, preschool and kindergarten age. And they just get mixed up with it. The way he writes educated, in my opinion. Oh, we know who planted the blanket. We know who planted the blanket. However, the pink shirt and stuff. Like, I would love to talk to him. Love to have, if he would talk, if he would come up, if he'll talk to AB, like whoever. Yeah, Gina. 1,000%. We need to know Daniel's relationship does Brandon have any pictures of him searching that day with some timestamps on it? I believe DG. Why? Who's DG? Durwood? He might be. But this guy, he's a real guy, right? I mean, Canada, y'all need to get some background checks. Like, come on. Oh my God, if they lived in the United States, I'd have their freaking blood type by now. Everything. I can get everything. But Darren's a weasel. Derwood's a weasel. He is a weasel. And that's the thing. That's the thing. He lies. What Lil Red say? Okay, let me play this. I'm gonna be
And he could hear it in earshot. It was all they're stopping within earshot of Brad Wong's house. Throughout this period, I maintained communication with members of the Northeast Nova Major Crimes Unit regarding information and observations that I believed were relevant. Well, I'm not a police officer and do not work in law enforcement. We share the same objective: finding answers regarding what happened to these children. Based on my observations that day, I developed concerns regarding the.
Okay. You guys remember the RCMP did lie detector tests. They did them for Wade and all of that as well, right? They did one for Haley too. Remember, Haley took one because about the blanket. And let me tell you something. I believe Haley. I believe her. I don't know about Hayden. There we go, Brenda. Hey, baby. Hi, Justin. Hello, everyone. Lori. I knew early on he was a witness, and he informed me about items and seeing 4 people. Thank you very much, Miss Belinda. Thank you very much. I'm going to email you, Miss Belinda. So he told you very early on about 4 people, right? He asked me not to put it out there. Yes, Justin. He's military, and you can just generally trust military people, in my opinion, from my experience. And he seems like an educated guy. He didn't know who they were at the time. Mm-mm. Okay. Belinda, I know it's not soon enough, but we are whittling this away. Mamacita, we are whittling this away. I'm going to use a gallon of lip gloss before this is over. It feels like, but we are getting it every single day. We're whittling these motherfuckers down. It's coming. It's coming. You can feel it. You can feel it.
The circumstances surrounding the pink shirt and the behavior of certain individuals present in the area. Those concerns were reported to the police as part of my statement.
Thank you, Angel Kisses. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, dear. 2 months. I appreciate you, love. I actually appreciate someone who's not out gabbing about everything. Like if they're, they were in there that day or whatever, and they just wanted to give it to the RCMP and maybe a couple others. That's respectful.
Concerns regarding the circumstances surrounding the pink shirt and the behavior of certain individuals present in the area. Those concerns were reported to the police as part of my statement. Based on my observations that day, I developed concerns regarding the circumstances surrounding the pink shirt and the behavior of certain.
I mean, I've never talked to Haley or anything, but I can tell, like, she doesn't seem to put up with Malaya's bullshit or anything.
Individuals present in the area. Well, do you know what, Brandon?
Or Daniel.
This really answers the question I ended with yesterday about what you think of the pink.
Well, send me the link. Send me the link. Come on, damn.
Blanket, because it was all part and parcel in the same area. It's all kind of one in the same report, misstrewn and twisted. And you caught the person, man, that's so juicy. You caught the person who was responsible for leading people right to the piece of evidence.
Miss Belinda, I'm going to email you something really quick while I think of it. Shit, what? 1 second. Okay, I just sent you a quick email, Miss Belinda. Okay. A minimum cover up, it baffles my mind. So this is the thing. I don't think there's going to be like a lot of people involved. But you know, Daniel says they asked him, "Were you an accessory to murder?" Now, again, my opinion is Daniel has, in my opinion, has always been number one and will always, in my opinion, be number one. But accessories, that was an interesting word. Accessories, that means help. And again, Durwood said something that just always stuck out to me, and we know Daniel was stuck on the trail that night, weren't you, Daniel? Brandon probably gets up at 4 or 5 a.m. Ex-military, don't sleep in typically. They're getting nervous. They're getting real nervous. They know something's around the bend, in my opinion. Malaya getting out there. I never heard about the teacher calling her till it was put out. Teacher calling Malaya? What is that about? Teacher calling Malaya? I heard something about that. What was it? A teacher called Malaya that morning? 9:30. Yeah. Not damn, just said it. 9:38. That's what some are saying. Why would they call her that morning? Who's saying that, though? That's what I want to know. Who's saying that, Belinda? I'm not sure I believe that. Why would they call her? Who said who was the person that said that? Durwood? Oh fuck, if he said it, that's from fuck that. That's exactly right, Charlotte. There is nothing about a teacher calling in her documents, and a teacher would not call. If anyone would call, it would be the office. Well, this is the thing. A teacher, I don't even know who that is, Brandy. to see why the children weren't in school. I don't know why, but yeah, I think it was Anita. Yeah, that's bullshit. No. Nope. A teacher's teaching at 9:30 in the morning. Right? A teacher's teaching at 9:30 in the morning. I don't believe that. I believe it was a text as well with a reply by text. Like here, if the kids are absent, you'll get like an automated call, and then you'll get a text message, and it'll say like bring a note or whatever, or fill out the online absent form, and you can just, if it's a parent excuse, you can hit parent excuse, the date they're out, the date they'll return, or a doctor's excuse, or religious, or a death, and then you can put a picture and there's comments. But if you fill out that they're not going to school, that you don't get that call. Oh, they are. They are. They think they're slick. I think, but Brandy, I think that's been happening since the beginning. But it's interesting to watch them flop like a fish out of water now. You know what I mean? The email or text parents at the end of the day for schoolwork. Yeah, but they're saying 9:30 in the morning. Yeah, I don't know if it was Durwood or what's the other, Anita. I don't keep up with Durwood, and I definitely don't keep up with Anita. I've listened to her maybe, and this is probably generous, 5 minutes. Okay. It is been almost 4 hours.
And you witnessed them planting it. Such a mind blower. You're such a hero, dude. You're a true Canadian hero, dude. You are blowing my mind, man. Wow. This Brandon Lemieux is going to get medals. He's going to get the keys to Lansdowne County. You probably picked them up at Darren Getty's house. Maybe they confiscated the key in the raid. Brendan, can you effing imagine this? So you say around 10:40 a.m. Cool. That's your time frame. But let's just think about what it is that you saw that morning. Emily running out clothed with a halter top on type of thing, a spaghetti strap top. She was obviously out in the bush doing something. It's amazing in these circumstances how children ultimately lead to breaking cases. I recognize that others may disagree with my conclusions. However, everything I have consistently reported is based on what I personally observed on May 2nd, 2025. My interest has always remained the same, helping locate the children and assisting in any way possible. Let's go down a little bit here. The public can draw its own conclusions. My responsibility has been to provide an honest and accurate account of what I witnessed. I also want to address a separate matter. Talks about how he doesn't mind if I read this publicly. Yeah, he's genuinely concerned about the safety of his family. He's received death threats, numerous anonymous messages. Your fiance has been doxxed, as have her 2 underage children. Why anyone would target people who have simply tried to help is difficult for me to understand. Yeah, no doubt. Well, we're starting to understand, aren't we there, Joss? For that reason, I would appreciate it if any requests from an email address, phone number, home address, or any other personal information were immediately shut down.
She might.
Noted.
I just never really
Earlier
listened
today,
to her that much. I don't really.
I had a
watch the channel that
conversation
much,
with
to be honest.
MCU regarding comments and information being circulated about me by Teabagger, Shenanigans, Daniel, Martell, and Joss Larkins. Jocelyn Gay Larkins.
Okay.
Reaching True Crime.
Okay, we're getting into politics, baby. Okay, I'm not getting into that. That's not my jurisdiction around here. Okay, guys, we have a lot to think about tonight. A lot to think about. So I need you guys to, oh shit, what I do, to sleep on this. And we got to brainstorm. Deborah. I don't get into the politics. Justin loves everybody. I may not agree with everybody. Anita gave her info to so many people. Remember, this CPS is involved in every single missing child. Well, they were involved prior, though. Little Red. Yeah. Thank you, Miss Joyous. I'm going to email you back here in a little bit. I'm going to email you back in bed. I'll be texting with one eye open with the bright light against me. All right, guys. Remember, DG said he's going after every channel. Is the channel's not pushing? It's the channel's not pushing the lies, Justin, in my opinion. Listen, Durwood, there's something up. Thank you, darling. Thank you, dear. Does email me asking questions. I'm in US, though, probably irrelevant. Jack and Lilly missed 40 some days of school. Oh, you're sweet, Leslie. Yeah, we hope Shannon. We love you, Shannon. But there's 3 people. Thank you, Greenas. There are 3 people that you can't convince me otherwise that know where Jack and Lilly, or what happened at least to Jack and Lilly. And one knows a lot more, in my opinion. Ooh, wrong channel. Wrong channel.
Takes just a minute to vote.
Okay, nobody cares. Okay. Let me think. And guys, mods, will you drop my email and text message? And thank you so much for the GOAT trophy. That's so amazing. Thank you so much. 1,000 jewels. Wow. Thank you so much. Appreciate you very much, my friend. Rigger, thank you so much for the jewels. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much. Very kind of you. Summer Breeze. Thank you for sending Jules. I appreciate you. And thank you so much for the rock and roll. Summer Breeze rock and roll. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate you very, very much. Why did it? That one didn't show up on my the super sticker. It didn't show up here. It's weird, but it showed up on my phone. Interesting. Thank you, Summer Breeze. Angel Kisses. Thank you again for 2 months, my dear. Appreciate you very, very much, my love. And and I think that's the gifts. I'm pretty sure. If I missed anybody, I do apologize. It's not intentional, that I promise you. Guys, Lord willing and the creeks don't rise. I was planning on do 2 lives today. But I'll try tomorrow. There's just not enough hours in the day with waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning and going to bed at midnight. Seriously. Sometimes not till 1 o'clock in the morning. And that's almost every day. Or at least 5 days a week. So, when you're getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep. Oh, that's so sweet, Angel Kisses. Thank you so much. Thank you, love. I appreciate that. Warms my heart. Thank you so much. I give it all I got. All I got and then some. I wish this case was in the United States. I do. I want Daphne and I to go up there for a week. Just Daphne and I to go up there for a week. And we might bring our spy tools, Daniel. 50 drones, helicopters, for the scenic tour. I just want to make you more paranoid, but that's just a secret between you and me. It's just a joke. Shh. All right, guys. You leave it all on the field. All right, guys. Much love. I know, Lored. Trust. I'm not far from Summer. I've been to Hawkins County a lot. But I haven't been to Hawkins County since the FBI was there. But I need to go to Hawkins County as well. Yeah, but not under Nanos' watch. Nanos is a freak. He's a freak. Oh, thank you, helicopter. This is interesting. This little talking about this Brandon guy. Again, if y'all have any receipts on this, any theories, you remember something, this is the thing in crime. If they can think how to commit the crime, we can think how they committed the crime as well. Just gotta figure out the steps, the people. Yeah. Oh, Belinda, we would Love to. I've been to Canada. I've been to Canada so many times. I usually go in July, in my birthday. Like, I think for like 4, maybe even 5 years straight, I went to Canada every year for my birthday. I love going to Canada during the summertime. Wintertime, y'all can keep that shit. It sucks enough here. The wintertime. But I love Canada. Love the Canadians. Love everybody. Love the British. Love the Aussies. Love the New Zealanders. Love the Indians, the Danish, the Turkish, all the people of the world. I love Canada West Coast. My favorite city, is Vancouver. Love Vancouver. I've been all the way as far west as Vancouver, and I've been about as far east as, I've never been to Nova Scotia, and I've never been to, I think it's Alberta. I think it's Alberta. I used to have a girlfriend I used to talk to in the very early 2000s, who was from Alberta on the Yahoo chat rooms. She was crazy. Yeah, I love Vancouver. Vancouver is just the most beautiful city. Beautiful city. I've got a lot of pictures of Vancouver. All right, guys. Good night, everyone. Take care of yourself. Share this out. Share Jack and Lily's face, their posters. Every day is one day closer. One day closer to finding justice and where Jack and Lily is. It's coming. Keep the faith. Hug your loved ones. You only get so many trips around the sun. Good night, guys, and God bless.